A massive and relentless winter storm is sweeping across the United States, stretching from the heart of the Midwest all the way to the Atlantic coast. This is not just another cold front, it's a sprawling system that meteorologists have been tracking for days. And now, its full force is being felt. The storm is bringing a dangerous and disruptive mix of heavy snow, crippling ice, and powerful winds. Streets are quickly becoming impassable, and the landscape is transforming into a winter wonderland that's as hazardous as it is beautiful. Millions of people from the Midwest to the Northeast, and even down the East Coast, are already feeling the storm's impacts. Cities and towns are bracing for more, as snow accumulates rapidly and ice makes travel treacherous. Arctic air is plunging temperatures far below normal, making it feel more like the depths of mid-December than the early days of November. Wind chills are intensifying the cold, forcing people to bundle up in layers just to step outside. This slow-moving system is dumping significant precipitation, with snow piling up on rooftops and cars, and thick ice-coating power lines and tree branches. Snowplows are working around the clock, but the relentless snowfall is making it difficult to keep up. The biting wind is making conditions even more hazardous, whipping up snowdrifts and reducing visibility to near zero in some areas. Wind chills are dropping to dangerous levels, increasing the risk of frostbite and hypothermia for anyone caught outside. Just days ago, many cities were enjoying mild autumn weather, with colorful leaves and crisp air. Now, those same places are facing a full-blown winter assault, as parks and streets are blanketed in snow and ice. Travel nightmares are unfolding on highways and at airports, with cars stuck in deep snow and flights grounded by blizzard conditions. Power outages are spreading as ice brings down lines, leaving thousands in the dark and cold. For many communities, the worst is yet to come. Multiple weather systems are at play, including intense lake-effect snow bands, dumping feet of snow near the Great Lakes, and a fast-moving clipper system expected to bring another round of wintry weather later in the week. Even after the main storm passes, winter weather will linger. Residents will need patience and preparedness as they dig out and deal with lingering snow and ice for days to come. This is a long-duration event that will be remembered for weeks, as communities work to recover and life slowly returns to normal. The snow banks and icy patches will serve as a reminder of this powerful storm. Take this storm seriously and stay prepared for significant disruptions. Stock up on essentials, check on neighbors, and stay tuned to local alerts as this historic winter storm continues its march across the country. The Midwest is taking the first hit, with states like Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Missouri, and Kentucky in the storm's crosshairs. Cities like Chicago and Detroit woke up to heavy wet snow, making commutes treacherous. Major highways are slick and dangerous, with snow, sleet, and freezing rain creating a thick glaze of ice. Southern Missouri faces crippling ice, causing tree limbs to snap and widespread power outages. Some areas could see up to a foot of snow, with heavy bands setting up unpredictably. Snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour are overwhelming road crews. Temperatures have plunged, with real feeler readings in the single digits and teens. The wind chill poses a real risk for frostbite and hypothermia. Cleanup will be slow, as the cold lingers for days. Officials urge everyone to stay home and stay safe. The storm is now targeting the densely populated Northeast, including New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Major cities will see rain changing to snow, creating a slushy, icy mess. Higher elevations like the Adirondacks and Poconos could get over a foot of snow. Heavy wet snow threatens power lines, and utility crews are on high alert. The storm's peak will disrupt mid-week commutes and business. Vermont and New Hampshire's mountains may see up to 2 feet, with blizzard-like conditions and near-zero visibility. Even ski resorts are bracing for impact, while cities along I-95 face wind, cold, and slush. Coastal flooding and lingering ice are concerns as the cold blast follows the storm. From mountains to the sea, the entire Northeast must stay vigilant. The next 48 hours are critical for safety and preparedness. The storm's reach extends down the East Coast, bringing wintry weather to places unaccustomed to it. Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia face a messy mix of rain, sleet, and snow, with even small amounts causing major disruptions. The main concern is hazardous commutes and potential office closures. Cold air is plunging deep into the southeast, threatening crops and bringing rare freezes to cities like Atlanta. Florida's Panhandle saw rare snow and ice, closing parts of Interstate 10. and Tallahassee's airport. In the Appalachians, heavy snow and crippling ice are causing widespread power outages, especially in West Virginia. The rugged terrain makes repairs difficult, so some may be without power for days. Residents are urged to have emergency plans in place. This is a life-threatening situation for many along the East Coast. While snow often grabs the headlines during winter storms, it's the ice that can truly bring a region to its knees. Snow may look dramatic, but ice is the storm's most dangerous threat, turning everyday life into a hazardous ordeal. A thin layer of ice can transform roads and sidewalks into treacherous sheets, making travel nearly impossible and increasing the risk of accidents with every step or turn of the wheel. Southern Missouri, Kentucky, and West Virginia are now facing a crippling icing event, with communities bracing for the worst as the storm intensifies. Up to half an inch of ice is accumulating, weighing down trees and power lines to the breaking point, threatening widespread outages and dangerous debris. Cracking branches and snapping lines are causing rapid power outages, leaving thousands without heat or light as temperatures plummet. Powerful winds, gusting over 30 mph, are compounding the damage, battering already weakened trees and infrastructure, and making it even more dangerous for emergency crews to respond. These relentless winds are toppling ice-laden trees, blocking roads, and worsening outages. Wind chills are plunging, making the cold even more dangerous and life-threatening for anyone stranded. The biting wind, combined with blowing snow, reduces visibility to near zero and increases the risk of frostbite and hypothermia. Blowing and drifting snow is creating whiteout conditions and deep drifts, making roads impassable and travel extremely hazardous, even for those desperate to seek shelter or help. Road crews are struggling to keep up, working around the clock to clear paths, but the relentless wind and snow quickly undo their efforts. In just minutes, freshly plowed streets are buried again, making progress feel impossible and leaving many neighborhoods isolated. In these conditions, frostbite can occur in as little as 30 minutes, especially on exposed skin, and hypothermia is a real risk for anyone caught outside without proper protection. Emergency shelters are opening, but reaching them can be a challenge. Hypothermia can set in quickly, especially for those without adequate clothing or shelter. Vulnerable populations, including the elderly, children, and unhoused individuals, are especially at risk during these extreme conditions, and community support is more important than ever. Bundle up, cover exposed skin, and check on neighbors who may need help. Every precaution counts when the weather is this severe. Limit time outdoors until conditions improve, and avoid unnecessary travel to stay safe and allow emergency crews to do their work. The combination of crippling ice and relentless wind is a recipe for disaster, one that demands caution, preparation, and community resilience. Power outages are spreading fast, with over 100,000 customers already in the dark and more expected as the storm intensifies. Missouri, Kentucky, and Illinois are hardest hit as ice and wind bring down lines and entire neighborhoods lose power. Losing electricity in a winter storm is dangerous. No heat, no lights, and no way to cook or refrigerate food. Alternative heating methods can be deadly if used improperly, leading to carbon monoxide poisoning. Utility crews are working around the clock, but icy roads and extensive damage mean some repairs will take days. Rural and mountainous areas may be without power the longest. Outages disrupt traffic, close businesses, and cut off communication. A battery-powered radio is essential for emergency updates. Emergency preparedness is key to getting through safely. The storm has created a transportation nightmare across much of the country, bringing daily life to a grinding halt. Roads that are usually bustling with commuters and travelers now sit eerily silent, blanketed in thick snow and ice. Major interstates like I-80, I-90, and I-94 are closed or severely delayed due to relentless snow and blinding whiteouts. Traffic is at a standstill, with drivers stranded for hours, some even overnight, as plows struggle to keep up. Even Florida's I-10, a highway unaccustomed to winter weather, saw rare closures from snow and ice, leaving residents and travelers stunned by the unusual conditions. State highway crews are working around the clock, but they're losing the battle against continuous snowfall and powerful drifting winds. Plows are often forced to turn back, unable to clear the roads fast enough. Authorities urge everyone to avoid non-essential travel. Stranded vehicles not only block plows but also endanger the lives of both drivers and emergency responders trying to help. The impact isn't limited to the roads. Airports in Chicago, Detroit, and even Tallahassee are experiencing widespread delays and cancellations, with runways buried under snow and crews racing to clear them. The ripple effect is felt nationwide. Travelers are stranded in terminals, sleeping on benches or the floor, as flight schedules descend into chaos and uncertainty. If you must travel, prepare thoroughly. Make sure your vehicle has a full tank of gas, an emergency kit, warm blankets, food, water, and a phone charger. These essentials can make all the difference if you get stuck. If you do become stranded, stay with your vehicle. It provides shelter and is easier for rescuers to spot. Signal for help using a brightly colored cloth or hazard lights. Run the engine briefly for warmth, but always keep the exhaust pipe clear of snow to prevent deadly carbon monoxide buildup. Conserve fuel and stay as warm as possible. Both roads and skies are at a standstill until the storm passes. The landscape is transformed, with highways and runways disappearing beneath layers of snow. Safety comes first. Don't risk travel unless absolutely necessary. Heed warnings, stay informed, and wait for conditions to improve before venturing out. Governors in several states have declared emergencies, mobilizing resources and the National Guard to respond. States are lifting regulations to speed up fuel and supply deliveries and prepare for possible federal aid. Departments of transportation have deployed full fleets of plows and salt trucks, working non-stop to keep highways open. State police are assisting stranded motorists and responding to accidents. Emergency operations centers are coordinating efforts across agencies. Warming centers are opening for those without power, and officials urge residents to check on vulnerable neighbors. The National Weather Service is issuing targeted alerts and updates around the clock. Heed official warnings and stay informed to keep yourself and your family safe. Here's how to stay safe during this storm. Stay informed, stay indoors, and follow official advice. Prepare an emergency kit with flashlights, batteries, a radio, non-perishable food, water, medications, and supplies for pets or babies. Charge your devices and gather everything in one place before the storm worsens. If you lose power, never use stoves or grills for heat. Use generators only outdoors. Dress in layers, use blankets, and close off unused rooms to conserve heat. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those with medical needs. After the storm, beware of icy patches and falling snow or ice from roofs and trees. Shovel snow carefully and take breaks to avoid overexertion. Be patient. Cleanup and recovery will take time. By following these tips, we can all weather this storm safely together.